all my beautiful little unicorns, and welcome back to my channel. If this is the first time that you're on my channel, my name is Vanessa Somuayina and I'd like to welcome you into the fam. So all of my beautiful babies of the Zodiac, as usual, I have your monthly predictions prepared for you. And in this pick a card tarot reading and horoscope, we will be diving into the month of March together. You guys, I feel like 2022 was last week. So let me explain to you precisely how this video works and how you can receive your March horoscope. So for the first part of your March predictions, you get to pick from one of these 3 crystals, and when you click the timestamp, you'll be fast forwarded to the relevant part of this video. And then once you've received the first part of your March horoscope, which is based on the choice that you made between these 3 different crystals, you then get to scroll down into the description box or to the top of the comment section, whichever is more comfortable for you. Click your zodiac signs timestamp and you will instantly be fast forwarded to the second, even more intricate part of your March horoscope. Guys, what makes my psychic readings and tarot videos so special is that you get to put together your very own private reading each and every month, so you know that it is tailored to your needs. And if you're a little bit of an astrology geek, I recommend that you watch your sun sign, your moon sign, and your rising sign. I mean, why not make the most of this free, super personalizable March horoscope? But now please allow me to introduce you to these 3 different groups so you can pick one and we can get straight into part 1 of your prediction. So group number 1 corresponds to the beautiful rose quartz crystal sphere. Group number 2 corresponds to the Aqua Aura crystal point, and group number 3 corresponds to the Amethyst crystal. Pick whichever one of these crystals that you intuitively feel drawn towards and that you just feel vibes with you. And also, if you're completely new to my channel and you love this little safe space on YouTube, make sure that you don't forget to hit that subscribe button to never miss another monthly horoscope. But now, without further ado, let's get into your March predictions. I will be starting off your readings with the first group, which corresponds to the rose quartz crystal sphere. So if this is the group that you chose for part 1 of your reading, then please continue watching. And to all of my other beautiful groups, as well as signs of the zodiac, I will catch you at the click of your timestamp. Hello group number 1, you chose the rose quartz crystal sphere. This is such a stunning and gorgeous crystal. The rose quartz is known of the stone of love as well as friendship. I'll put your stone right over here for you. Let's just hope it doesn't roll away, group number 1, as we get into your reading. I'm going to start off with the Wild Muse Oracle deck because I just feel really inclined to use this deck for you so we can figure out what's coming towards you during the month of March. So first up, we've got your tribe, your vibe. This is representative of the fact that during the month of March, you will find that you are rekindling relationships with old friends, with old pals. There are some people coming back into your life that you maybe haven't seen for a very long time, and you're going to feel very connected to your tribe, your people, those who truly understand you and get you. By the way, group number 1, if I look over here, I'm just looking in the viewfinder to make sure that you can see all the cards and to make sure that everything is within the frame so you can enjoy your reading as much as possible. Next up, we've got the jar of dreams for you. The month of March is going to bring up a lot of dreams and aspirations that you have, and I see that your friends and family, they're really going to be supportive of all the things that you've always wanted to accomplish, and they'll give you that push to kind of keep going. Now, within multiple streams, group number 1, I also want you to understand that it's okay to get support from a lot of different people. You don't have to rely on just friends, just lovers, just family. You can mix all of these different streams and sources of support together in order to create like the perfect cocktail, the perfect little combination for yourself of support that allows you to feel like you are on the right path and like you're moving in a direction where your goals are actually achievable. Because group number 1, let me let you in on a secret. Whether you think that you can or whether you think that you can't, you're right. that quote is so immensely powerful, and it's so true. Your belief is everything, and having the right people around you during the month of March will let you follow your dreams, chase your dreams, and also find support in so many different places. Next up, we've got rehabilitation. Now, group 1, rehabilitation is all about taking rest, but also in this case, rehabilitation from toxic people and toxic relationships. If you have been in a toxic relationship, group number 1, I want you to know that rehabilitation is showing up to remind you that healing takes time and it's not something that you should try to rush. And if you were in a very challenging relationship and you are thinking of just distracting yourself with the next person, the next partner, take a little step back to heal and to really ask yourself, do you want to bring some of this hurt and pain and trauma and anxiety into the next relationship or into the next connection? Another important thing that you can do, of course, is to speak to a professional on how you can dissolve some of the trauma that you're maybe carrying around with you, how you can deal with it and process it. Next up, we've got one of my favorite cards of the Wild Muse Oracle deck. This deck means so much to me, and I love this card which states that you know your worth. The month of March is definitely a month in which you are not playing games when it comes to your worth. You're not allowing for anyone to tell you that you aren't worthy, rightfully so. Group number 1, you shouldn't ever let anyone make you feel like you're less than. There is no one on the face of this earth who should have that power over your confidence. And I see here that during the month of March, actually, you are highly focused on yourself and the things that you desire and living up to knowing your worth. Knowing your worth is not just about saying, I know my worth and I'm worthy of this or that, but actually taking action that reflects that. So the willingness to walk away from situations, that shows that you know your worth. So if you are in a connection with someone, like if you have a friend that always makes these backhanded comments, the fact that you would be willing to walk away from that friendship shows that you know your worth. The same goes for romantic relationships where someone is always kind of cheating or doing some shady things. Maybe they don't show up when they say that they will, or they never do what they promise that they will do for you. You knowing your worth means that you're okay with leaving that relationship behind and actually ending up with someone who shows that they truly value you and they truly care about you and that they want to live up to the expectations that they put out there for the relationship. Next, we've got the Hermit Crab from the Below the Surface Oracle deck, which is going to actually be in stock a lot sooner than the official release date, group number 1, and just so you know. So look out for this if you want a very unique deck that comes with a guidebook and a journal, so you can actually take note of all of the reflections, of all of the progress that you're making as a reader or just using these oracle cards for fun. This is a total amazing beginner oracle deck, which I created and authored for all of you who are into tarot and oracle decks and love oceanic creatures and want a very simple deck that you can truly understand. Now, the Hermit Crab shows me here that you are being called to understand that your existence is enough. You don't need to prove anything to anybody. Okay, finding shelter is the message we've got here within the Hermit Crab, and knowing that it's okay to just take some steps back to find shelter with people with whom you really feel safe with, group number 1, and to kind of steer clear of anything else. Feeling safe is very important during the month of March, especially if you feel like you've been in fight or flight mode for an exceedingly large portion of your life. It's time for you to finally be able to relax, but also use your voice. That's what I see here in the Ambon Damselfish. The Ambon Damselfish is representative of you using your voice and understanding that your opinion matters. No matter what anyone else may say, group number 1, your voice matters, your story is important, and it deserves to be told. You deserve to be able to speak up about how you feel and maybe even how certain events actually affected you. And it can be hard to bring this up when family is involved, for example, if you're speaking to a parent that you want to just be real with and tell them that they were never really there for you, that can be challenging, but your opinion matters and your experience is so valid, even if they don't want to admit it or they don't see it that way. Next up, we've got the Oarfish Group 1. The Oarfish is all about being the bigger person and understanding that your kindness is your superpower and your strength. Now, being the bigger person doesn't mean that you're letting people get away with kind of behavior that is not okay. That doesn't mean that you're letting a parent or someone, a guardian, someone who was in a position of power and misused it. You're not letting these individuals get away feeling as though what they did wasn't wrong, but you're not going to lose sleep over it. You understand that if they don't want to see that something was wrong in their behavior, they simply will not, and there's no point in wasting your time trying to convince them otherwise. Next, we've got the Coconut Octopus. This is actually one of my absolute favorite cards within this deck because I love octopi. The Coconut Octopus is telling you that you're on the right path and is informing you to keep going through the in-betweens. So sometimes there can be very strange in-between places and phases in life. You know, when you're doing well, but you haven't quite made it, when you're seeing someone and it's going well, but it's not quite a relationship. It's like a situationship, really. And that's where I want you to know, group number 1, that you're on the right path to getting to that next checkpoint. But you have to keep going. You have to keep going through the in-betweens, even if they're weird. Next up, we've got the Three of Swords, which is the Lord of Sorrows. Now, the Three of Swords is a card that states that it's very important for you to keep going through these in-betweens. Otherwise, you will get in your head and you will definitely create a little bit of heartache and drama that isn't absolutely necessary, group number 1. Not to say that you are dramatic. I mean, maybe a little, but you know, I'm like your big sis. I'm gonna just tell you the truth and tell you precisely what it is that I'm seeing and sensing and what messages that we're receiving here. But you know, you could be a little kinder towards yourself. Now here within the Ace of Pentacles, we've got the Lord of the Root of the Powers of Earth, and everything is in your favor when it comes to starting a new business or simply focusing on building, on creating, and on lasting change, long-lasting change. That's what I see here within the Lord of the Root of the Powers of Earth. This is a long name on this card. So I definitely want you to know that March is a fantastic month for you to start something new. It could even be a business venture. Think a podcast, think a YouTube channel, maybe an e-com store. I mean, these are just all things that I love, but please apply this to yourself, group number 1. Next up, we've got the Hierophant. Now, the Hierophant is the Magus of the eternal gods. That's at least what it's called here in the Hermetic Tarot. And I want you to know that the Hierophant stands for your connection with the spiritual realm, everything that's unseen, that is kind of inexplicable, if you will. And the Hierophant is representative of deep reflection and some deep thinking during the month of March. So you are not taking anything so easily or like a joke. Everything that you come in contact with is purposeful. For you, group number 1, I definitely see that it's important to gain wisdom, to not make the same mistakes again, and to be the type of person that others can trust and come to for advice. Now, group number 1, this is the first part of your reading that I received for you. Make sure that you leave a little money bag emoji below in the comment section, as we did have the Know Your Worth card, which has all of these coins on it. I absolutely love the way this card is depicted. It is so opulent, it is so over the top, and precisely what I picture with someone who knows their worth. So leave that money bag emoji below to let me and others know that you chose group number 1. And now it's time for you to move into your zodiac signs prediction. So those timestamps are below in the description box, as well as pinned to the top of the comment section. So all that you need to do is click that timestamp and you'll be fast forwarded to the second, even more personalized part of your March prediction. So I'll catch you during your zodiac signs reading. Hello, group number 2. You chose the gorgeous Aqua Aura crystal point, which, by the way, I do have these rare points on bowlife.com, which is my website. They always sell out so quickly and they're not very easy to get. So if you feel intuitively drawn towards this crystal and you want to add this to your collection, don't say I didn't warn you though, because these are literally always gone like that. So anyways, let's move into your reading, group number 2, about the month of March. I will put your Aqua Aura crystal point over here so we have a little more space to get into your reading. What better, more fitting deck of cards to use than the Below the Surface Oracle deck, which is probably going to release a lot sooner than the actual official release date, so keep an eye out for that. However, now let's move into your March prediction. So we've got the walrus calf as well as the giant oceanic manta ray. Let's first talk about the walrus calf. So I can definitely see here that for the month of March, embracing your emotions is important. And I see that for you, group number 2, the only way to really create a state of flow and a state of feeling happy and safe is to say how you feel. Remind yourself here in the giant oceanic manta ray that life is a marathon. Don't burn yourself out in just one sprint, because when you keep your emotions trapped within and you're carrying all that weight around with you, it can really start to weigh you down and it can really start to chisel away at your physical and mental health. By the way, if I look towards my viewfinder, I'm doing so just to make sure everything is in focus for you, group number 2, because I want to, of course, make sure that you can see your reading. Next up, we've got the beluga whale, which is about trying new things. The month of March is going to come with you trying a lot of new things, group number 3. So you may try something very crazy like jumping out of an airplane, paragliding. Maybe you're going to hike on a really big mountain that you never thought you could hike on, going to a new gym, trying out cooking fresh new dishes. I want you to know here that you're feeding your curiosity, and overall this is just a month of testing out different new things that you might like, that you might appreciate, and not putting yourself in just like a box or a little frame that others would like you to fit in, but kind of creating your own space, kind of creating your own little avenue, if you will, group number 2. Next up, we've got the spotted eagle ray. So you or someone around you during the month of March is going through a little bit of jealousy. We've got some control issues, and it is time to focus on letting that go and creating trust, because when there is jealousy and when there are some of these control issues, that can really take away from all of the fun in a relationship. It can definitely kind of take away from just enjoying the moment and create some anxiety. So getting rid of trust issues by just being transparent and talking to people about what you're going through emotionally can help to alleviate that. However, if you're dealing with someone who simply doesn't want to make you feel more comfortable, this may be your sign that it's not the right relationship. Because if you're seeing someone, for example, and they are still talking to their ex a lot, or they are seeing some friends where you just kind of feel like there is more there than a friendship or just a simple conversation, and they choose to continue to do so even though it makes you feel a little uneasy, don't allow anyone to gaslight you into feeling like that is your issue or your thing to deal with. I mean, jealousy and anxiety in relationships, it is a two-way street. And if someone is doing things that makes you extra anxious, they need to take a little bit of responsibility for that as well. Next up, we've got the African lionfish. March is completely in your hands, group number 2. We've got the power of choice. Place your attention on gratitude. That is what this beautiful African lionfish stands for. So try to remind yourself here that you have all the choices and all the options in the world. You once dreamt of some of the opportunities that you have now. You wished to have the things that you possess or that you've experienced. Be grateful for that and remind yourself here that you can continue to create a life that younger you would feel proud of and would wish to be a part of. I see here within Love is in the Air that the month of March is a very fortunate one when it comes to romantic love for you, group number 2. This is a great month for you to meet the one, to solidify a relationship. Maybe we're even thinking an engagement. Maybe we're thinking of moving in with someone, taking those additional steps. Love is in the air, and it is so important for you to embrace that fearlessly and to just have a good time during this month, because it's not every month that we've got this type of energy around you. Next up, we've got Trust Your Intuition. Now, group 2, during the month of March, if you're not sure about what to do, listen to your gut feeling. Listen to what it is that your sixth sense is telling you, and ensure that you don't allow anyone to talk you out of it. Because if you've ever been in a situation where your gut told you one thing, but your rational mind told you something else, and then you went with your rational mind because you thought that was like the right thing to do, and in the end you wished you would have just went with your gut feeling. We're trying to avoid that, group number 2. So listen to your intuition in the first place. Your guides are definitely telling you that that's what has to happen in March to not regret some of the decision making that's going on. Next up, we've got the best case scenario. March is really shaping up to be a favorable month for you, group number 2. So if you're looking for a sign as to whether March is a good month for you or not, this is your sign, group number 2. If you have been thinking of making some very big decisions during a calendar month of this year, March is it for you. March is a great month for you to start new things, to embark on a fresh, fun journey, and to be fearless, to be unafraid of what outcome that you may draw into your life through the choices and the decisions that you're making. We've got Pisces for you, group number 2. Pisces is a very sensitive, kind, caring water sign. So we did have love being in the air. If you're wondering what type of lover is going to come towards you, or what type of lover is being spoken about here, they've got strong Pisces placements within their birth chart, and they're a very understanding type of person. They're also someone who can get a little bit possessive at times too, because they just really care, and they're the last sign of the zodiac. You may actually even be celebrating their birthday with them and other festivities. Next up, we've got the ascendant. Now in the ascendant, I want you to know that during the month of March, your ascendant is entering a very interesting space of this best case scenario being connected to it. So your ascendant sign actually finally benefiting you. If you've always felt like your ascendant sign is kind of getting in the way, or kind of doesn't vibe with your sun sign or your moon sign, I want you to know here that your ascendant is in a space in March where it is serving you, where the energies are aligned in a way that you can actually make the most of your ascendant, and where actually your sun and moon sign are taking a little step back while your ascendant really performs and really kind of shows what you're made of behind closed doors. And you're going to be very surprised by the fact that you will resonate way more with your ascendant sign than you ever have in the past. And group 2, don't panic. Actually, if you don't know your ascendant sign, you can just check your birth certificate and figure out during what precise day and time you were born, and then just type that into Google. Just go on like birth chart calculator, and it will spit out all of the information you need about your sun, your moon, your rising, your ascendant, all of this information that is relevant. So group 2, this is the first part to your prediction about the overall vibe of the month of March for you. I hope that you found this fun, and I hope it was insightful. Please do leave a little umbrella emoji below in the comment section to let me and others know that you were here and that you watched the first part of your reading all the way to the end. So now what I'd like you to do is scroll down, click your zodiac sign, and then you will be fast forwarded to the second, even more personalized part of your March prediction, which is actually your horoscope, as it is based on your zodiac sign. So group 2, thank you so much for spending this divine time and space with me, and I'll catch you at the click of your zodiac sign's timestamp. Hello group number 3, and welcome to the first part of your March 2023 predictions. You chose the amethyst crystal, which is an absolutely stunning stone that actually brings out your psychic abilities. So if you've always asked yourself, what kind of crystal can I wear or put around my house that just connects me to my intuition a lot more? Amethyst is it for you, group number 3. And I also have a lot of amethyst crystals and pieces in my online store. So this crystal is not only gorgeous, it's also very useful. So I'll put your amethyst crystal right here so we can get into your reading, group number 3. So let's talk like two old squirrel friends. I've got my viewfinder over here. In case I look over, you know why. I want to make sure everything is in focus. So let's figure out what's coming towards you during the month of March. Let's just lean back, relax, and enjoy these divine messages from our guides straight to you. First up, we've got Becoming Nobody for you. This sounds a little scary, group number 3, but it's actually not. This card was inspired by Ram Dass. I created this card based on becoming nobody, as in kind of clearing the slate, creating a blank slate, and being able to build on that. So if you've ever felt like you have just connected way too much with a certain image of who you think you should be, someone who's very intelligent, someone who is the beautiful one, the fun one, the person who takes care of everyone else. When you identify with who you think you should be, it can be very hard to step outside of that role. So if, for example, you have always been the glue that holds your family together, and all of a sudden you finally need someone else to be the glue, it can be hard to admit that to yourself, or to just identify with a version of you that is different than what you're used to. And sometimes becoming nobody is important. So you can give yourself a break, a chance, and an opportunity to reinvent your role and who you are. Claiming your energy is an important part of March, because the more you're okay with kind of reinventing yourself and who you are and the type of role that you play, the more you'll be able to claim and reclaim your energy, because you won't feel so much like you have to be this person or you have to show up in a certain way. You can show up as whoever you want to show up as, group number 3. Never feel pressured to be someone that you're not, okay? No person, no situation is worth that. And during the month of March, you're spending a lot of time in nature. You are connecting with nature. That is like your safe haven. That is a place where you can relax, where you can find comfort and refuge, and where you don't feel like you have to live up to anyone's standards, not even society's, because you're just a little off grid, if you will. Next up, within goal setting for you, group number 3, I want you to understand that this is an important part of March. Writing down goals is actually proven to make it a lot more likely for you to reach those goals. So group 3, if you want a little manifestation tip, write down your goals. Make sure that you don't skip that. You actually need to write them down with your hand, a pen, and paper. Make sure that you don't just type it on a keyboard. It has to physically be written down. Furthermore, we've got the leap of faith. The more you write down your goals and you focus on these manifestations of a life that you'd like to create, the more confidently you will take leaps of faith, and you will also take the right leaps of faith. That's the message that we're receiving here. So when you're very goal focused and goal oriented, you will be able to identify the perfect opportunities for you, the right opportunities for your career and your personal life, and then go for those, rather than feeling a little bit all over the place or impulsive and not really knowing what the right direction is for you. Know that all of that can be overcome by setting your goals intentionally and reflecting on them, and taking this process seriously. I feel like a lot of us don't really take this goal setting process seriously, and so we kind of float around. We don't have any control over our energies. Our energies are just floating around. We're kind of working very hard, but we're remaining in the same spot because we're working hard, but we're not moving in a specific direction, if you know what I mean, group number 3. Next up, we've got Mercury reverse. So if Mercury in retrograde is something that bothers you, is always a time of just trouble and issues, I want you to know here that Mercury being in retrograde, or just whatever sign you've got in Mercury, is not something that you should worry about harming you or making life difficult during the month of March. All of my beautiful souls of group number 3, I want you to know here within Pallas Athena that actually just putting your thoughts towards what you desire is where your actions and the entire flow of March is going to go. So if you are focused on everything that could go wrong, like we've got here in Mercury, overthinking, some difficult, challenging messages, that is actually what you're going to attract, because you're like working towards that. It's just like when you are driving a vehicle, for example, and there's an accident and you're looking over towards where that accident is. You may not even realize how you start to steer in that direction and you almost become a part of it. That's what I mean with taking control of your thoughts and goal setting your goals intentionally so you don't accidentally steer your thoughts into a wall or into a difficult spot you don't really want to be in, as steering your thoughts does steer your life, group number 3. Next up, we've got the spotted eagle ray. Some might see this as controlling or control issues, but you are using your thoughts to serve you, group number 3. And that is a very smart thing for you to do, because when you are able to control your thoughts and your emotions, when you are able to detach from an old version of yourself and become the new you without any fear of people saying you've changed or you're different, that makes you a very, very powerful individual that not a lot of people are going to want to cross, because they know you can reinvent yourself if you need to. Now, the walrus calf is representative of you having a good talk, a good cry, a good shoulder to lean on during the month of March. So this shows that you most likely really are an old soul, or someone who has just always kept everyone else together and everyone else in a healthy spot. And in March, you just need a break from being the mom friend. You just need a break from being the person who's always there for everyone else. And you just kind of need someone to talk to as well. And I see that that's something that you're getting, and I want you to lean into that. Don't be afraid of it. It's okay to not be okay sometimes. Next up, we've got the blue shark. This is one of my favorite cards of the BTS deck, the Below the Surface deck. It is all about serendipity that's meant to be, and what's next for you in life is no accident. The blue shark shows that there is some sort of unexpected serendipity that's coming towards you. If you don't know what that word means, by the way, serendipity is just like unexpected goodness and unexpected positive surprise that's coming towards you. And it's no accident. It's meant to be. It's something that you've worked for, something that you deserve, where you're getting credit where credit is due, finally. And I want you to know here, group number 3, that having this serendipity come towards you is something you should learn to accept and to not overthink whether you deserve it or not, because you do, group number 3. Try not to think of reasons or ways in which you have failed, and focus on all the ways in which you've performed and done amazing things for other people, because you have done so much. We've got the Ace of Cups next, which is one of the most favorable cards when it comes to the start of new romantic relationships, as well as the reconciliation of existing ones, and kind of flames and sparks igniting again in existing relationships where that has maybe died down a little. The Ace of Cups also represents the Lord of the root of the powers of water. This is the first card of the Suit of Cups in the Minor Arcana in the Tarot, which represents the element of water and the space of your emotional realm and emotional health and well-being. So know here that the Ace of Cups definitely shows some new beginnings for you emotionally as well. So new love as well as a new sense of self is what I see here for the month of March. The Nine of Cups is known as the wish card. This is like the genie in the bottle card. Group 3, I'm excited that you're receiving this because this is the card of material happiness. The Lord of material happiness is what this card connects to. And it is said that when this card shows up and we're speaking about a specific time frame, that you will be able to wish for something, to manifest something, to write down a goal, and it will come true. Try it out, group number 3. Right at the start of March, write down a goal that is big, but that is also doable. So I mean a goal that you have for yourself that is reachable, attainable, but it's still a little daunting. It's still a bit scary and big. Write it down, and I want you to come back at the end of March and let me know whether the Nine of Cups as well as this goal setting vibe that we have here transpired for you, because group number 3, your guides, the cards, the universe are pointing towards a lot of your wishes and the things that you desire actually becoming a reality during the month of March. So group 3, this is part 1 of your reading that I received for you. Leave a little rainbow emoji below in the comment section to let me and others know that you made it to the end of this first part of your March prediction. And now what I'd like you to do is scroll down, click your zodiac sign, and I'll catch you during part 2 of your March reading, which is the horoscope portion of your monthly prediction. So I'll catch you over there. Hello all my beautiful Aries babies, and welcome to your March predictions. So in this portion of the video we're going to talk all things Aries, but I hope that you enjoyed picking part 1 of your personalized March horoscope during the intro of this video. So now let's figure out what's coming towards my beautiful fire signs specifically during the month of March. Let's see what we've got for you. So first up, we've got the Knave of Swords. We have an interesting person coming towards you who is intelligent, witty, and fun. They are an air sign. Think to yourself a Gemini, a Libra, or an Aquarius. They are someone who has very young and bubbly type of energy. Ooh, okay, so the relationship that you're going to have with them is actually a new beginning. So if you have been missing a friend or a past lover, even an ex, and you're asking yourself whether the relationship can be rekindled, you're starting on a fresh note. The Ten of Wands shows that all of the explosive times are over with this person, and during the month of March you can rekindle relationships with air signs. So this could of course also be a boss, it could be someone who you're related to, a child. Just know here that you're moving forward and that you're kind of figuring out to yourself how life is way too short to hold on to certain grudges. That doesn't mean you'll let someone walk all over you, of course not, but forgive and forget is a real motto for my beautiful Aries during the month of March. We've also got the Knave of Wands. So I see here that this whole forgive and forget, move on thing is represented in the Knave of Wands, which is the Knave of Fire signs, as the Suit of Wands corresponds to the element of fire. And I see here that on one hand we've got you, and on the other hand we've got this air sign, this other person with whom you're going to find reconciliation and with whom you're just going to move on with. So overall, March is a time of new beginnings. It's a time of letting go of any grudges that you may have been holding, maybe even rightfully so, but it's just over for you when it comes to stopping in your tracks because of something that happened a long time ago. You don't want to hold on to anything that isn't serving you, because you know the greatest gift that forgiveness really is that it's a gift for you, not the person who you're actually forgiving, because it allows you to move on and for you to focus on yourself. Now the Eight of Swords here shows me that during the month of March you're going to be working really hard to the point where you're maybe even sacrificing some sleep during times. So the Eight of Swords and the Knave of Wands shows me that you are very driven to accomplish your goals, that you will forego certain personal comforts that you could have, because just overall you are more focused on the goals, on the prize, rather than being comfortable during the month of March. And the Four of Coins shows me here that you're also going to be paying very close attention to your personal finances. You're not going to be spending money on frivolous things. It's very important for you during the month of March to ensure that you're keeping your finances in check, and also that you are saving. So during the month of January, February, maybe you went on some little spending sprees, maybe you made some larger purchases. So during the month of March, you are kind of recuperating. You are putting yourself back to a space of comfort and ease where you're not wondering about how bills are going to be paid. And this is definitely something that you're focusing on: financial planning and overall figuring out precisely how you can get to where you want to go when it comes to your jar of dreams. So in your jar of dreams, we have this representation of goals that you want to accomplish that you maybe even put away for a while, but during the month of March, you're coming back out, my beautiful Aries babies. You are not taking any of your goals for granted. You're not in a space where you feel as though any of the goals and dreams and wishes that you have had are too big for you to accomplish, as I see that you are actually addressing some emotional baggage. Maybe you're even going to therapy during the month of March, figuring out how to deal with some past traumas, how to deal with some insecurities or things that get in the way of you feeling comfortable following your goals and your dreams. And moving forward in your reading, you are open to receiving. So don't be surprised if you receive a really amazing gift during the month of March, if you receive something thoughtful, kind, and maybe also very expensive. I see here within be open to receiving that this is a month of you gracefully accepting help, but also material gifts, and not feeling as though you have to say no or you have to turn it down. My gorgeous Aries, just allow for people to do things for you sometimes. I see in the day you plant the seed that you have worked hard for a long time. You've been kind and giving and caring to those who you care about and love for a very long time. Now, can we finally see you being the one being taken care of? Can we finally give you something, my beautiful Aries? Like, can you catch a break as well? That is what I see that you kind of need to take very seriously during the month of March, okay? It's definitely time for you to finally relax and lean back. It's definitely time for you to receive and to be the one who is able to just enjoy other people putting in work for you too, just like you've done in the past for them. The butterfly is representative of metamorphosis. The butterfly shows that this is a transformative month of the year 2023 for you. You're going to be going through a lot of changes that are positive, that will allow you to grow as a human being, as an individual, that will kind of change how others view you and how you view yourself. So confronting emotional baggage is a big one, and you are increasing your wisdom because you're changing so much in such a positive way, in a way of a lot of personal growth. And the elephant is not only representative of wisdom, but also of strong family ties and family bonds. So know here that your family is very supportive of changes that you're going through. They're very supportive of relationships in your life as well, and your career during the month of March, a lot more than you're used to. I see in the Ten of Wands that your family is also prepared to let bygones be bygones. And the frog shows me that this is not only a very transformative time in your life, but also a time that is very sensitive. So make sure that during the month of March specifically, you stay far away from anyone who only brings a negativity or drama to the table, because you're going through this stage of transformation. Just as you know, a caterpillar turns into a butterfly. During the time where they're in this chrysalis, in this cocoon, it actually is a very fragile moment. So that's what we've kind of got represented within the frog. This is a very fragile amphibian, so you have to take good care of yourself while this metamorphosis is going on, and to make sure that you stay safe, that you don't allow anyone to energetically drain you or take you off course, off track, which will only delay these positive changes for you or even put them off completely. So make sure that during the month of March, you are spending time with people who really bring value to your life in the form of positive energy. If they're not paying your bills, if they're not making you happy, filling your heart with love and warmth, then they really shouldn't have anything to say. So that's what I've got for you for the month of March, my beautiful Aries. So I hope that you enjoyed your reading and that you found it insightful. Let me know below in the comment section. Leave a little butterfly emoji below in the comment section to let me and others know that you are an Aries baby, because the only way you would know is if you're an Aries and you watch to the end, and that you enjoyed your reading. Thank you so much for being here and for spending this divine time and space with me, and I can't wait to connect with you during one of my upcoming readings. Hello, my beautiful Taurus babies, and welcome to your March 2023 predictions. I'm going to get straight into it. I hope that you enjoyed picking the first part of your personalized March horoscope during the intro of this video. If you haven't done so yet, I highly recommend that you go back to the intro, my beautiful Taurus babies, because this is a two-part reading. Make the most of it so you can be as prepared as possible for the upcoming month. So first up, we've got the Hermit. My Taurus babies, this is probably like music to your ears. You are often introverts. You definitely thrive in your own company. You need some space. You find that quality over quantity works best with personal relationships. And in the Hermit, I see that in March, you're spending a lot of time by yourself in Hermit mode. But it's not a time of feeling lonely. It's actually a time of enlightenment. It's a time of you learning a lot of new things about yourself, and also a craft that you're very much into, a hobby. Next up, we've got the Six of Cups, which shows me that your relationships are thriving during the month of March. So this is a time in which you will feel victorious when it comes to your relationships. You will feel very stable in them, and like it's okay for you to take a step back. Like you don't have to control a romantic partner or overthink whether friends or family members really like you or if they actually secretly don't. I see that a phase of overthinking has come to an end, and there is a lot of relaxation and just intuitive knowing that you are worthy during the month of March. The Ace of Coins shows me a new beginning, which is the result of this hermit mode, of this time of self-reflection and this time of personal growth. So it only makes sense that when you put so much work and effort into personal growth, into actually stepping away from the world and from social media for a little bit, that you will bloom and blossom to this place where you can either start a new business, switch jobs confidently, maybe go back to school, and just overall grow as an individual in every aspect, especially the earthly ones, which will also increase your income later down the line. Next up, we've got the Magician. There's nothing you can't do during the month of March. You heard me right, my beautiful Taurus baby. I said there is nothing that you cannot do during this upcoming month. The Magician shows that you've kind of got it all going for you. You've got this toolbox of different skills that you have acquired along the years during your lifetime. You've got this confidence that is unmatched to any other zodiac sign during the month of March, and you've got a lot of things going for you that I think people are quite envious of. Leave a little star emoji below in the comment section to let me and others know that you're a Taurus baby and that you're here and that you're enjoying your reading. Now, moving on to Hope on the Horizon, this is a card and a message from your guides that represents that a lot of things that you thought you were maybe too old for are going to look pretty good and hopeful during the month of March. So if you've always wanted a career in the arts, or you've always wanted to start your own business, maybe just do something that is out of the ordinary, but you felt like you were too old, like you maybe didn't come from the right background, like you're not smart or good enough, know here that your jar of dreams are kind of going to be reignited, if you will. A lot of things that you thought were bygones or that you just believed you were past your prime for, they're going to resurface, and you're actually going to find that it is possible for you to follow these dreams. It is possible for you to accomplish these dreams and to properly be able to still make them come true. And prioritize reflection. You are going to find in many ways that March is a month that is filled with you thinking about your past, that is filled with you prioritizing reflection in the sense of doing better moving forward, but also not judging yourself too much. So while we are learning from our past during the month of March, we are not judging ourselves. We're not putting ourselves down for past mistakes. So this is the best type of reflection, really. And you will find that during the month of March, you're actually on top of the world, my beautiful Taurus babies. You are like the queen of everything. Can you see how she sits on her throne? How she has this attitude and vibe of just knowing that she's the queen of everything, just knowing that there's nothing that can phase this amazing individual, this amazing person. That's the type of vibe that I see for you during the month of March. I see that you will be in power and in control of your life in a way that you haven't experienced in a very long time. And it comes from this place of self-reflection, of self-work, self-development, and investing in you. Now, the moth here shows me that there will be something in March where you come dangerously close to a flame. Just like they say moths are attracted to flames, which on one hand is like something that is beautiful to see them go towards the light, but it's also very dangerous, right? If they fly into the flame, they're done. So I want you to know here within the moth that not everything that glitters is gold, especially as everything is going so well for you during the month of March. It's important that you remember sometimes life stings and sometimes people sting as well. That's what I see here in the Scorpion. That's a message that I'm getting for you, my beautiful Tauruses, to watch out for situations in which you're unsure or uncertain, or your gut feeling seems to kind of be warning you to steer clear. Don't go for anything that you're not 100% certain about or that you don't get good vibes off of, because I do see here that when you're in a position of power over yourself, your own life, your decisions, and you're looking successful and in charge, there are people who might think, let me just play with this person, or let me just see how I can get a piece of that cake as well, which is why it's very essential that you respect the things that you've accomplished, that you've done, and that you don't get too greedy, okay? Like we spoke about in the moth, not everything that seems amazing is actually amazing. I see here within the marbled electric ray that there's so much going on in your life in March. You are electric. Allow your talent to do the talking. Don't feel as though you need to prove yourself. If there is anyone who makes you feel as though you have to prove yourself and show your worth or your value, that's not the connection for you. And know that those people are never going to be pleased. Go where people can already see your talent, where you can already allow for your skill set to do the talking. Like we have here in the Magician, you have actually not given yourself a credit in a very long time for everything that you're good at, for everything that you have learned and accomplished in this lifetime. And it's finally time that you do that. It's also finally time for you to heal trauma. That's what we've got into Dugong. Dissolve the chains of age-old pain. That's what we've got going on here in March. No more generational trauma that is being passed down. It ends with you, my beautiful Taurus babies. You're not going to pass this down to future generations or anyone near you. If your parents or just the people who raised you went through a tough time, maybe your ancestors even had to fight for their rights and just overall were in situations that we couldn't even comprehend being in. Remind yourself what a privilege it is for you now to have the opportunity to dissolve these chains of age-old pain that may have held your ancestors back in a way more real way than it's holding you back. Because just think about what a time we live in, where there are so many opportunities to learn things and to better ourselves, as there are so many free resources everywhere. Just as this YouTube video that you're watching, for example, there's so many ways how you can support yourself, be gentle towards yourself, as we've got here in the Mandarin fish, and learn things and strengthen your inner world for free. All you need to do is look for it, is put in a little bit of effort and have an internet connection, and boom, you're there. You can basically also learn anything you want to learn on the internet. There are very few things that you can't figure out just if you want to, and you have some sort of access to internet and some sort of access to media. I see here within the Mandarin fish also that your guides are trying to whisper to you, my Taurus babies, before we're at the end of your reading. Take steps back if needed. March is going to be quick, it's going to be fun, it's going to be successful for you, but because of this, you may also get into situations like we spoke about with the moth and the scorpion, where you feel tempted to make a decision on a whim, impulsively. And in those moments, it's great for you to just take some steps back, to ask yourself if you really want to do this. Okay, so think to yourself, for example, if you were in a casino and you've got this winning streak going on, and now you can either leave with all of the money that you've made so far. Say you made $1,000 and you came in with 10. So now what you can also do is you can bet everything on a number and increase those $1,000 to say $5,000. And that is where your guides are trying to tell you, take the $1,000, run with it, be grateful and happy for the fact that you already made that huge jump and that huge accomplishment. Don't get greedy and put everything into one basket. Try to just be very thankful for what's here that you can use to build on in a more secure way. So no risky moves for you during the month of March, just collecting all of the fruit of your labor. That's the type of vibe we're on, my beautiful Tauruses. So I hope that you enjoyed your reading and that you found it insightful. Make sure you let me know below in the comment section. I love reading your comments. I try to respond to as many as I possibly can. So my gorgeous Tauruses of the world, I would like to thank you for spending this divine time and space with me. I wish you an amazing month of March, and I can't wait to connect with you during one of my upcoming readings. Hello all my beautiful Gemini babies, and welcome to your March 2023 horoscopes. I hope that you enjoyed part 1 of your reading, which you got to choose from during the intro of this video. But now let's talk all things Gemini details and Gemini horoscope for the month of March. So if you've always wanted to know what's coming towards you during an upcoming month, what to look out for, my channel is the perfect spot for you to be in, because I make sure that you get your monthly horoscopes every single month of the year, and I've been doing so for years, my beautiful Geminis. I love prepping you for what's next to come. So I want you to know, here in the 3 of Wands and the 7 of Swords, and I hope that you can appreciate my honesty, there are some envious and jealous people, okay? Some people who will act one way in front of you, but actually behind your back, they've got some pretty spicy things to say about you and other people. Now, that is not a reflection of you, my beautiful Geminis. That is a reflection of the person who feels the need to do this. But I want you to know, here in the 3 of Wands, that this is just coming from a place of seeing how you're progressing, how you're growing, how you are creating a life that is really amazing. And there are just some people who don't know how to be happy for others, and they're definitely going to be a little envious, a little jealous of you. That's what I definitely want you to know in the 7 of the 7 of Swords is what I meant to say. We also have the devil here within your reading. Do not get yourself in a space where you feel tempted to talk back to anyone who is trying to make you act out of character. The devil shows that you are also going to be reevaluating your relationship with the material world. So with all things material in this lifetime, money, items, brands, things that I think our society places a lot of value on that don't really matter in the very important life-changing moments. Like if someone has had a very challenging time health-wise, or if you're going through trauma or heartbreak, it doesn't really matter how many beautiful pairs of shoes you have, what car you drive. If, for example, a loved one passes, it sucks regardless of how many things you own. And I see here within the Devil and the Seven of Swords that actually March is really teaching you to place your attention on what really matters, and it's kind of disconnecting the importance of material things from you and the importance to justify yourself in front of people who are jealous or envious of all the progress that you're making. The Princess of Wands shows me here that you are kind of like above that. I see that March is a month of energy that is very chill, that is very I don't give an F about anyone who is just here for drama, and you're really just focused on your grind. To you in the Princess of Wands, which represents a bit of a young, bubbly, fun stage of your life, I see that this is a cycle in March of understanding that you've just scratched the surface of what you're capable of. There's still so much that you have to experience. There's still so many accomplishments that you can easily get to, my beautiful Geminis, and that's where your focus lies. Your focus lies on personal growth, on personal development, on moving forward in directions that serve you and those closest to you, rather than overthinking the latest designer item or how you can simply just only make more money. For you, it's very important to have purpose, and that's what you're following during the month of March, purpose and passion. I see here within anxiety that one thing that you will be dealing with, even if you don't show it, is this anxiety that kind of resides in this place of knowing that with a lot being given to you comes a lot of responsibility as well. But I also see that you can deal with it. At the end of the day, March is a month of happiness for you. It is a month of course, distancing yourself from people who are very materialistic and from the materialistic side of yourself, because we all have a relationship with materialism and items. That is something that is undeniable in this day and age. No matter where you live on this planet, you will come in contact with materialism. I think it's something we can't avoid. So you are going to have a very stern conversation with yourself about that relationship. But at the end, it's going to be very productive. I see that this is a month of personal development and growth. The raccoon shows me a very resourceful side of you. So regardless of what type of challenges or difficulties you may face during the month of March, you will find a way to adjust. You will find a way to not just survive, but thrive and adjust to any new environment that you get put into. I also see in the Princess of Wands, the Three of Wands, the Seven of Swords, and the Devil. If you're entering, for example, a new, we'll talk about the frog in a second, by the way. If you're entering a new workspace or a new class when it comes to education, there will be people who are jealous of how quickly you're learning, how quickly you're picking up how to survive and thrive in a new environment, and how much a lot of people like you. So look out for coworkers that are jealous, people who you study with who wish that they were in your shoes. The frog shows me that when you are going through feelings of anxiety, that definitely will make you feel kind of very sensitive. And I see here that your guides are trying to communicate to you when you're going through a moment of sensitivity, when you're going through a time of feeling emotional, it's probably best to steer clear of making any big decisions in March. The unicorn shows me that you're such a unique individual, and March is going to really bring out some traits in you that you didn't even know that you had. Some very unique kind of tendencies and traits and mannerisms, and it's beautiful to see. I see that embracing your uniqueness and who you truly are is not just something that others love, it is also making you very happy. And the horse is representative of intuitive decisions that are leading to more freedom. So intuitively deciding what you want to do professionally, which will lead to more freedom financially, intuitively deciding what you want to do about toxic relationships you may have, which will also lead to more freedom, because either those relationships will have to change, or you are going to decide to end those connections and to move forward in a healthier way. Let's consult with the Wild Muse Oracle deck as well, shall we? So next up we've got Becoming a Nobody. The month of March is a month of new beginnings. Becoming nobody doesn't mean that you are changing yourself. It just means you are okay with learning new things. You are okay with changing certain character traits that once served you, but now maybe they no longer do. In connectivity to the devil and the horse, I see that the less you care about things, the more freedom you will experience. And maybe at a time it did help you to fit in, to care about certain brands or trends. For example, in school, maybe you were just not in a place where you were ready to take any more bullying or any more difficulty, so you just did certain things to fit in. You bought certain clothes, you aligned yourself with certain people, you agreed with opinions that maybe deep on the inside you didn't actually feel were right or weren't actually representative of you, but you just could not take any more pressure in your life. And that's okay to sometimes just protect yourself, especially when you're young, when you're going through a lot. But I want you to know that March brings updates to your system. It brings you being unafraid to try something new, right? To kind of have a blank slate, a fresh blank slate for yourself, and be unafraid really of what others are going to say or what they're going to think. If something isn't working anymore, you can reinvent yourself, and that reinvented version of you only needs to please you, my beautiful Gemini baby. Remind yourself here that every step counts. March is going to be an interesting month. It's going to be a time of growth. It's going to be a time of victory and success and collaborating with other people who are inspired by you. It will also be a month where some people are going to show some jealousy. They're going to show how they truly feel about you, and that's all fine. Remind yourself that every step counts towards learning, maturing, becoming more of who you've always wanted to be, building your dream life and an existence that you're proud of. And know here that March is definitely a month of great positive forward movement and a lot of happiness, even though, of course, you're dealing with some things like anxiety, you're dealing with sensitivity, but that doesn't mean that you can't learn to just enjoy the tender moments or celebrate the steps that you're taking forward. So my beautiful Gemini babies, I hope that you enjoyed this very straightforward and honest March prediction. Let me know below in the comment section. Leave a unicorn emoji below to let me and others know that you're a Gemini baby and that you were here and you enjoyed your reading. I'd like to thank you for spending this divine time and space with me, and I can't wait to connect with you during one of my upcoming readings. Hello, my beautiful fellow Cancerians, and welcome to your March 2023 horoscopes. I hope that you enjoyed the first part of this reading where you got to pick from different groups during the intro of this video. If you haven't done it yet, make sure that you receive part 1 of your March prediction, because these two readings go together in order to receive your personalized horoscope. So don't miss out on this opportunity, and also make sure that you subscribe to my channel. I post monthly horoscopes. I never miss a month. It's been years, my beautiful Cancerians. I'm always here for you. So in the Four of Cups as well as the Ace of Swords, I see that the month of March is going to be a month of figuring out a new identity for yourself. The Four of Cups shows me that you're sick and tired of some things you've been dealing with, and the Ace of Swords shows that you are initiating some new ideas on how to move forward and deal with past trauma, hurt, and pain. So if you have been going through some toxic cycles and repetitive situationships and kind of patterns that continue to occur, like picking a partner who you feel doesn't respect you, maybe a pattern with a narcissistic parent or a sibling where there are just constant arguments and disagreements. I see that you are ending that cycle and that pattern for good during the month of March, and the star shows me that this is actually resulting in some really great change where the relationship can be rekindled and rebuilt. So it's not that you're just leaving a relationship in March, it's actually that you are changing yourself. I see in the Ace of Swords, you're completely changing how much power you give another person over yourself, how much you allow for another person's opinions or moods to affect you, because you know that if you want control over your emotions, you have to make sure that other people can't control you because you don't control them, right? So next up in Temperance, I see that March is a month of moderation. This is a month of not drinking too much, not going out too much, not spending like crazy. This is definitely a month of a lot of emotional maturity. This is a month in which you will find that you're growing when it comes to self-control, and delayed gratification is what you're most interested in. The Temperance card is also representative of balance, of health. So maybe you're doing a diet, a detox, a cleanse. You are working out more. You're focusing more on your mental and physical health and figuring out precisely how that can also affect your emotions in a positive way. The Earthworm shows me that you are a very important person at your job and in your family, and because a lot of people put a lot of pressure on you, it is important that you sometimes take a step back and take care of yourself first, because other people, they can keep putting weight on your shoulders and keep putting tasks on your plate without knowing how much you're struggling or how much is going on for you. So in the Panther, I see you need to protect yourself. You cannot say yes to everything, to everyone. You cannot always give to others. You can't always show up for others. You also have to protect yourself and, if necessary, show your fangs. So the month of March is a spicy month for my fellow Cancerians, where you may be even using your little pincers, if you will, to let others know when to back off. And in the past, you may have found it more important to please other people, to not really say how you feel. But the Ace of Swords and the Star shows me that you are completely ready and willing to let others know when they're in the wrong, when they're doing something that they shouldn't be doing. And this is actually creating an environment where others are giving you a lot of respect, my fellow Cancerians. They find you a lot more attractive, a lot more elegant, a lot more beautiful in a sense when you are outspoken and when you are setting boundaries and just being this person who doesn't take BS from anyone is something that others find really attractive romantically. The Bear shows me that the month of March is a month of being resourceful as well, and of, if you need to, rolling up your sleeves and doing some of the dirty work that others are not willing to do. But because you are this person who, no matter what role or position you're in, even if you're a CEO of a company, you're not afraid to help out where you need to because you don't feel as though anything is beneath you, so to say. And this is actually something that a lot of people respect in you and brings you a lot more opportunities because you are known to be a team player and not someone who feels like they're too good for anything. I see within the Dugong and healing trauma that you are dissolving the chains of age-old pain. So there was some family trauma that you came to notice. The month of March is a month of deciding and acting on not being the type of person who your parents were in aspects that you don't like. Maybe your parents can be violent, either physically or emotionally. Maybe your parents are not very confident or they never chase their dreams. And these are things that don't mean that you don't love them or you don't respect them, but it's completely fine to look at your parents and think to yourself, these are some of the things I love about them. These are some of the things where I understand they were dealing with trauma. They didn't know any better, and this is how they chose to handle it. But I want to do better for myself, and I want to do better for future generations and maybe my future offspring as well. And with this mindset, really all you should do, my gorgeous Cancerians, is get ready to win. We've got the Great Hammerhead, which also corresponds to the master number 11, which is a master number of an initiator, of someone who starts something new, someone who's innovative. This ties in beautifully with what we just spoke about. You are the first one to break some of this age-old trauma, to break some of these chains, and you will find that you are stronger than you know. You are stronger than you've given yourself credit for. That is what the Great Hammerhead represents in your life. Now let's move a little further into your March prediction. I hope that you have been enjoying this, my fellow Cancerians. We've got sweetness. The month of March is going to be a month of not only amazing actual treats and candies, but it will just be a sweet month for you overall, where you feel like you're winning, you're feeling like things are going in the right direction, and like overall you're really in a place of some great changes and some great forward movement. And because you're feeling safe and you're feeling like you can actually focus on some of these things, that sparks a lot of creativity in you. As a Cancerian, you have to feel safe, you have to feel good and supported to even enter a space of creativity, to even enter a space of being able to let yourself go and just create something from scratch, whether that be something artsy, whether that be something when it comes to business. Creativity is important and is something you can really live out during the month of March, because this is a month where you are protecting yourself. This is a month where you are deciding that trauma and toxic patterns end with you, and this is really a month of empowerment for all of my beautiful Cancerians. I really do hope that you enjoyed this reading and that you found it insightful. Please do leave a little cupcake emoji below in the comment section to let me and others know that you received your reading and that you found it insightful, and of course to represent the Cancer fam, because if you know, you know. So I would like to thank you for spending this divine time and space with me, and I can't wait to connect with you during one of my upcoming readings. Hello all my beautiful Leo babies, and welcome to your March 2023 predictions. I'm so excited to move into this part of your reading with you. I hope that you enjoyed the first part of your March prediction, where you got to pick from a few groups during the intro of this video. If you haven't received it yet, I promise you, this is going to make your reading so much more personalized when you add the two parts together, so make sure you don't miss out on that. But my beautiful Leo baby, now let's get into all things Leo specific for the month of March. So first up, we've got the Three of Coins and the Four of Wands. I see that during the month of March, you will be able to make a lot of extra money by collaborating with other people. So teamwork really does make the dream work. If there are projects you can take on with other people who you know are trustworthy and reliable, do it, because it's going to create financial stability for you. The number 4 in numerology is a number of stability, of solid foundations, and the number 3 is a number of collaboration and also having a good time. So just collaborating with others work-wise during the month of March will be very fun. So it will be work and play. Next, we've got the Emperor, which is representative of planning ahead, also being a great leader. I see that the month of March is going to bring out some amazing leadership energy within you. People love to work with you and collaborate with you because you've got a plan, you've got a solid head on your shoulders, and I see here within the Six of Cups that you are a very caring and charismatic leader. Your relationships during the month of March, one message that I'm getting in the Six of Cups and the Three of Coins is that there is a lot of support for you here financially from friends and family, so you don't have to worry about things going wrong if you take any risks. I also see here that people are spending a lot of time cheering you on during the month of March to follow your dreams, to try new things, and they're giving you that extra support and backbone that you sometimes need to take some risks and be a leader when it comes to your career. But as already mentioned, you don't need financial support, you don't need anything. You have what you need, what could really help you become the best version of yourself. But nevertheless, knowing that there are people who are here for you, that's always great, and that always gives you that extra confidence. Hence why your guides have sent the Queen of Everything into this reading. The Queen of Everything from the Wild Muse Oracle represents you having the world in your hands, basically the world being your oyster, and connecting that to the Emperor. This is a very strong combination, and it's very telling for the month of March for you. It shows you are in control, you are sitting, which means you're not stressed, you're not running around, you are not filled with anxiety, you are actually comfortable. You are almost like the chess master. You already know a lot of the steps that lie ahead and how you want to cope with situations, and you're being very strategic. It makes a lot of sense then why your guides want us to now speak about your goal setting. Your goal setting is not only important and essential, but it's actually also something that you like to do. The month of March will allow you to write down your goals physically on a daily or weekly basis to adjust those goals, and because you're in a place of planning ahead, your goals become a lot clearer, and the clearer your goals become, the more you can actually follow those goals and reach them and accomplish them. Not knowing what your goals are and not writing them down, that is probably the biggest enemy and the biggest mistake that you can make. I see in the Queen of Pentacles, however, and the Two of Wands that you have decided to go after some goals. You have decided to be a great leader and to be fearless during the month of March, and it shows in every action that you take. It shows in your body language. The Queen of Pentacles shows a very confident version of you, a version that knows their worth and their value and what they're capable of, especially professionally speaking. Whereas the Five of Swords here shows me that because you have such a strong personality and you're in such a position of power and decision making, there may be some envy and jealousy that you have to deal with. There may be some people who will say, well, you know, the money changed you, the fame changed you, the accomplishments made you different. And that's where you have to remind yourself that usually when someone is doing amazingly well, they will not tell you how to live your life. The people who are winning, they do not have time to bring you down, to tear you down, or to really say anything about your path. So I want you to take everything with a grain of salt when it's coming from someone who you know wishes that they had what you have here in March. Know here within the Ambon Damselfish, you've got every right to use your voice. Your opinion matters. It is important. My gorgeous Leo babies, not to hype you up even more, but your decision making is impeccable in March. You are meant to be the leader. You're meant to be the Queen of Everything and the Emperor. You are meant to be the person who is the CEO, the manager, the head of the company, spearheading these projects, because you are really the only one with a solid head on your shoulders while everyone is running around like chickens with their heads cut off, for real. Other people are being too emotionally volatile during the month of March, whereas you're able to keep it together. So you are really the voice of reason, believe it or not, during the month of March. We need you to lead, my beautiful Leos. The Garibaldi damselfish shows me that you are also going to have some unexpected guests coming towards you during the month of March. Think about family visiting, a great friend who you haven't seen in a long time. Someone will be visiting you very soon. Somebody will pay you a surprise visit, but I want you to know that this is actually going to be a really great outlet for you to talk about the people or the things that are maybe trying to get in your way. Notice how I said trying, because nothing will actually get in your way during the month of March. The Siamese fighting fish shows us just that. Your commitment is everything, and you are committed. You are willing to go the extra mile and the distance, even if that requires doing it alone. That doesn't scare you, that doesn't intimidate you, my gorgeous Leo babies. You know your strength, your power, you know your capabilities. and you're committed to that. I see here within the leafy sea dragon that you are reminded in March everything serves a purpose. And if you are working hard, you're grinding, and you're feeling tired or lethargic, you're actually giving thanks to your body, because your body is signaling to you, hey, it's time to take the weekend off. It's time to do a little weekend getaway, a little surprise trip, or even to just spend a few hours napping. That's what I see here in the leafy sea dragon, that in a very kind of funny way, when your body is telling you, hey, I've had enough, or I need a little bit of attention, your alarm bells don't go off. You actually think to yourself, it is really great that you have this opportunity to adjust and to take a step back. So my beautiful Leo babies, leave a little target emoji below in the comment section to let me and others know that you're here and that you enjoyed your reading and that you represent the Leo fam. I'd like to thank you so much for spending this divine time and space with me. I'm sending you hugs and so much love, and I can't wait to connect with you during one of my upcoming readings. Hello all my beautiful Virgo babies, and welcome to the second, even more personalized part of your March 2023 predictions. I hope you enjoyed picking the first part of your personal reading during the intro of this video, but now we're going to talk all things Virgo, my favorite earth sign who is very loyal and grounded and reliable. Let's see what's coming towards you. We've got the Star as well as the Five of Cups reversed. My Virgo babies, if you have been going through a tough time mentally, emotionally, if you have been feeling depressed, down, confused, or you've just kind of had the blues, I want you to know in the Star that there is hope in March, and the Five of Cups reversed shows that any difficult times will be lifted. Any type of challenging emotional ups and downs that you have been going through will finally come to an end, and you see the light at the end of the tunnel, and you'll get your emotions in check a lot more than you have for a very long time. And March is actually starting off very favorably for you. I see here in the Wheel of Fortune reversed that things are going to be moving slow but steady. You will find that there is a lot of exponential growth and change that is positive for you. And overall, the Star and the Wheel of Fortune reverse shows me that what's meant to be will find you, and everything else is kind of going to steer clear. So whether that is situationships that aren't healthy for you, whether we're speaking of opportunities work-wise that just don't really vibe with you, anything that isn't meant for you is not going to be in your life, and you're not going to miss it. You're not going to feel as though you're missing out whatsoever, because as mentioned, you are finally seeing things turn out for the better for you. Now, the Seven of Coins shows me that you will have to be a little bit more patient to get to that absolute top financially and in a material sense. So while things are getting better and steadily increasing, and emotionally speaking, you are in a better place than ever, I want you to know here in the Seven of Coins that in order for you to reach that next chapter of your life professionally and financially, you will have to be a little bit more patient than just March. So in March, you're already growing, you're already increasing your financial stability, you're already moving towards that promotion. However, as you can see here, with this little clock that we have going on, this little sand clock situation, that you are going to have to be a little bit patient past the month of March even, as the Queen of Pentacles shows me here that you've got a lot to offer when it comes to your skills, when it comes to your professional life and your career, but you have to also give things time to grow. Remind yourself that the day you plant the seed is not the day you harvest the fruit. Leave a little sand clock, sand watch emoji below in the comment section to let me and others know that you're here, that you're a Virgo baby, and that you get what the universe is trying to say to you. The Ten of Wands, my gorgeous Virgos. One message that I'm getting very clearly, precisely for you is that you have to take a step back. You have to lick your wounds should you have acquired any literal or emotional wounds these past weeks and months, and just take a step back from working too much, because you have been in a place of maybe not feeling the best the past weeks and months, and this is finally changing. It will be overwhelming. It's like too good to be true, if you will. And I see in the Ten of Wands that it will be a learning lesson. It will be a little bit of a process to get comfortable with this new norm that is a lot healthier for you because you're just not used to it. Now, the King of Cups here shows me that we've got someone coming towards you during the month of March who is a water sign. Think a Scorpio, Cancerian, or a Pisces. They're older than you, they're pretty mature and grounded. They are someone who knows what they want, and they're also going to bring hope into your life in one way or another. If you have been looking to date someone who is mature and healthy, that's what the King of Cups may represent for you. But if you've been looking for a promotion, for example, the King of Cups might actually be a boss or a manager who is thinking of stepping down, and you will be able to replace their spot and kind of take their role. Now, the Two of Wands shows me that you're making a lot of big decisions during the month of March, and these choices are going to determine how much money that you make in the future. I see that in connectivity to the Seven of Coins. So it is very important that you think long term as much as you can, my beautiful Virgos. So rather than, for example, investing in stocks and taking them out very quickly thereafter, leave that puppy in there for years or even decades to grow, to see how it develops. So the Two of Wands as well as the Seven of Coins shows me that you have to be patient. Try not to make any impulsive decisions, especially when it comes to your finances. And know here within the Octopus that really the smartest thing for you to do is to be patient and have your little hands and fingers and tentacles and arms in a lot of different opportunities. Don't put all your eggs in one basket, and know that your biggest advantage is your mind. It is the fact that you are someone who is resilient. It is the fact that you're someone who is capable of self-reflection, of being emotionally mature. And that's already something that a lot of people don't have, that they wish that they would. I see within the Bat that you've also got this extrasensory perception, and during the new and full moon in the month of March, you will find that you are extra sensitive towards different vibes and different energies. So if you're not sure about another person or an opportunity, just wait for the full moon, especially to discern how you feel and how you want to move forward with a situation. Because as we've got the full moon here within the Bat, you will know precisely whether someone is trustworthy or not by just giving it a moment, just giving it a little bit of time. I see here within the Fire Ant that collaborating with other people is important as well for you, and seeing everybody as an equal, but you do that anyways. I see with the Fire Ant that trusting your gut feeling when it comes to coworkers, when it comes to friends, when it comes to people you want to work with, maybe even freelance, if that's something you do every now and then. Know in the Fire Ant that March will be a social month. It will be a month of going out more, of getting to know more people. It will be a month of talking to people who you don't usually speak to. And I see here within the Starfish that you're going to be a little bit of the center of attention in a lot of different settings, my beautiful Virgos. So a lot of times you will have more attention than you're maybe even comfortable with. A lot of times people are going to ask you for your opinion or your thoughts because they respect you and they find you to be someone who's very intelligent, like we spoke about here within the Octopus. And I want you to feel flattered rather than nervous. I want you to remind yourself that this is really awesome. This just shows that overall you are in a place where people can tell you're on your grind, you're on a journey that is destined for you, and that you're moving in the right direction, that you're moving in a direction that shows that you are creating an honest living based on a lifestyle that harms as little people and living beings as possible. You are on your own personal journey and you are enjoying it. Furthermore, know here within the month of March, there will definitely also be some sacrifices that you are thinking of making to get to the next level. You may think of sacrificing alcohol, maybe smoking, maybe certain recreational substances that you're using. In sacrifices, I see that sacrificing unhealthy eating habits or living habits, sacrificing time for meditation and yoga. It may feel like a sacrifice at first, but know here in connectivity to the Queen of Pentacles and the Starfish that at the end of the day, it will actually be the best thing you've ever done, and it won't feel like a sacrifice anymore. It will feel like a decision that you made that is serving you long term. So don't be afraid of things that seem at first like a sacrifice when it's actually going to add so much to your life in the long term. So my beautiful Virgo babies, this is the reading I received for you. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave an octopus emoji below in the comment section to let me and others know that you're a Virgo, that you were here, and that you enjoyed your reading all the way to the end. I like to thank you for spending this divine time and space with me, and I can't wait to connect with you during one of my upcoming readings. Hello, my beautiful Libra babies, and welcome to the second, even more personalized part of your March 2023 predictions. I hope that you enjoyed part 1, which you got to choose from during the intro of this video. But now let's talk all things Libra for the month of March, shall we? So let's see what's going on for my beautiful Libra babies. First up, we've got multiple streams. I see that March is going to bring you a lot of different opportunities to make more money and potentially also to see more people. So if you are in a position where you're dating, you've got situationships going on, don't settle. There are a lot of more people to come who might be the perfect fit for you. When it comes to financial gain, multiple streams is the way to go for you in March. Don't say no to opportunities where you can make a little bit of extra cash, because when you add up all of these multiple streams, it actually ends up being quite a pretty little bag that you're going to make. I see within unconscious games that you are being called to look out for anyone who is kind of guilt tripping you and gaslighting you. If you know someone or have a friend who's just always trying to get you to do what they want to do when they want to do it, and otherwise they make you feel bad, like for example, if they want to hang with you but you don't have time, and then they tell you, hey, like, I made reservations, it was really hard for me to get this time off to spend it with you, but they didn't even ask you beforehand, like they just went ahead and did it. Red flag, unconscious games, gaslighting, we are steering clear of that, my beautiful Libras. I see within murky waters that the month of March will have some uncertainties for you. And I want to figure out precisely what is going on here in these murky waters. Okay, so let's consult with another deck. Ooh, this is the Tattoo Tarot. So we've got the Knave of Wands. There will be this fire sign, this Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, who is obviously a snack, has a lot of masculine energy, isn't afraid to put themselves out there, but you will be a little unsure about what to do with this person. So they are going for it. They're trying to impress you. They're trying to show you how much that they care, how much they want to be around you. But I do see that for you, you're still figuring things out and you're still keeping your options open. The Four of Cups here shows me that you have had your fair share of hurt and heartache and difficult situations. So of course you don't want to repeat that. You don't want for the past to kind of transpire again. So the Four of Cups definitely shows me that for my beautiful Libras, you're trying to learn from past mistakes and you're trying to take your time when selecting new friends or new romantic partners. Now the Sun shows me that March will be a very favorable month. This is one of the best cards of the tarot. The Sun shows joy and happiness. It is a card of enlightenment and greatness, vitality. So your health is looking up. Your emotional stability is in a good place. No mental breakdowns for you during the month of March. And I see here in the Sun that you're having a great time with friends and family whom you feel close to and who you know that you can trust. Now, the Five of Coins here shows me that during the month of March, there will be a little bit of a misunderstanding or a competition between you and someone else when it comes to making money and when it comes to material resources. So you understand that in order to get to the top, some people are just going to have to be left behind. And that doesn't mean that you're going to use any unfair measures or means to get to this place of success that you want to go towards. But at the same time, you are not going to be so kind, so submissive that you allow for other people to get to the bag or to get to where you want to go professionally before you do. No, this is fair game, and you're going to be quick and focused. That's what I see here within the cheetah and the eagle for my gorgeous Libras. You're making decisions quickly, even though you are a rather indecisive sign of the zodiac. I see here within the eagle that you know what you're going for, you're focused on it, you've got your eye on the prize, and you're going to go for it quickly. There is no time to waste for you. And I see here that you are not in a situation in March where you're leaning back or you're just kind of letting life lead you. You are leading life. You know where you want to go, and that's it. There are no ifs, ands, or buts. The raccoon shows me that regardless of what life throws at you during the month of March, you will prevail, you will learn to thrive, you will find a way to turn everything to your advantage, no matter how difficult or challenging some people could find a situation, not you. I see here within the fish that you intuitively know how to make things work for you. So while other people may be giving up, other people may struggle, for you here within the fish, I can see that you're very connected to your emotions, to your intuition, and to your psychic abilities, which allow you to discern exactly what the next steps are that you can take in order to solve any problem, overcome any challenge, and just prevail in any situation. See here within the Ambon damselfish that you are unafraid to use your voice, and your opinion really matters. So during the month of March, I want you to know here that your outspokenness is something that people appreciate. It is definitely what sets you apart from the crowd, and it makes not only you happy, but also the people that you're dealing with. People quite literally love hearing your voice, so you may have a very soothing voice to a lot of other people, even if you don't like hearing your own voice. And as we spoke about earlier in the eagle and the cheetah, we've now got the great white shark, which further confirms that you're going for it, okay? You're striking when the iron is hot. You're not leaving anything on the table. You are negotiating down to the last penny. You're going for every single dollar, for every opportunity, for everything that you've ever wanted. And the month of March is an empowering month for you. It is a month of showing yourself what you're made of and what you're really capable of. So my gorgeous Libras, this is a reading that I received for you, and I really hope you enjoyed it and that you found it insightful. Leave a little big cat emoji below in the comment section to let me and others know that you were here, that you received your March prediction, and that it resonated for you. I'd like to thank you for spending this divine time and space with me, and I can't wait to connect with you during one of my upcoming readings. Hello all my beautiful Scorpio babies, and welcome to the second, even more personalized part of your March 2023 predictions. I can't wait to get into it. I really hope that you enjoyed part 1 of your reading, which you got to choose from during the intro of this video. If you haven't done so yet, just pick one of the groups that I present to you during the intro in order to create your personalized March prediction, which is 100% authentic to you. But now let's get into it. We've got the Ace of Wands as well as the Five of Coins. So for you, my beautiful Scorpios, I see that anything you're not happy with, you're going to find a way to solve, especially when it comes to your professional life, what you're studying, the type of money that you're making. I see in the Five of Coins that if you are bothered by something at your work or with your studies, the Ace of Wands shows me that you will find a solution to make it enjoyable, to earn the type of money you actually really want to be earning, and to receive the recognition for your work that you deserve. So the Ace of Wands shows me that you are filled to the brim with enthusiastic energy during the month of March, and you're not going to take no for an answer when it comes to reaching success. Now, the Knight of Coins shows me that you have a lot of tricks up your sleeves that other people are unaware of or other people don't have. You are very quick, you are street and book smart, and the Knight of Coins and the Five of Coins shows me that regardless of how challenging a situation may be, you will find a way to solve it and actually turn it towards your advantage. Now, the Knight of Wands shows me that there is fire sign energy surrounding you, fire and earth sign energy. Yes, you are a water sign, my beautiful Scorpios, but you are heavy on other energies during the month of March, which means you're not going to be very emotional. You're actually going to be very strategic and direct. You are not going to fall victim to any type of manipulation. A Knight of Wands shows me that you are focused on where you want to go next. You are in a headspace where you're very charming and confident and adventurous. So rather than catching feelings, you're catching flights, you're catching new opportunities, and you're really doing the thing. Ooh, okay, we said you're not catching feelings. However, the Lovers is correcting that, my beautiful Scorpio babies. There is someone who is romantically very interested in you, and maybe the month of March is not the month in which you are going to settle down because there is a lot going on. However, you are aware of this romantic interest, and this could actually also be representative of the Knight of Wands and the Knight of Coins being interested in you. However, you are too busy doing you, which is another reason why they're drawn to you, right? Because you don't seem desperate. You don't seem like you're waiting for someone to come and sweep you off your feet. You are occupied, you are booked and busy, you don't have time for drama. And that is one thing that these two individuals find very attractive. So we've got some love triangle vibes going on here for the month of March for you. So tell it like it is, as well as the ship has sailed. Don't waste any time trying to speak to someone who is convinced that they are right or who is determined to misunderstand you. If you've ever been in a situation where someone is just determined to say that you aren't telling the truth, or they are determined to just misunderstand what you're saying, they take everything and they twist it. The ship has sailed for those connections and those people. Don't waste your time or your energy trying to justify anything, trying to explain yourself to anyone. There is absolutely no point if someone has already decided that they just want to be like a little bee about everything, if you know what I mean. But let's move further into your reading. So within Upside Down, I can see that the month of March is going to allow you to view things from a different perspective, which will actually create some very big positive changes that are coming towards you. And these big positive changes are going to bring peace to your life. I see that here with the dove, and you will find that the less attached that you become to a certain result or outcome, the happier you can be. March is also a time of rehabilitation. It is a time of relaxation, recuperation, regaining your strength and your energy, and setting goals for the future. That's what I see within the cards that popped out of the pile that you are meant to receive. So as a Scorpio, setting goals is very important. You can be the most intense sign of the zodiac, especially when you want something, or you're in love, or you've got strong emotions attached to a certain situation. So setting goals can actually help you manifest things so much more quickly than other signs ever could, because you have this very intense energy, you have this very intense way of focusing on the things that you desire and the things that you really love. Here within the horse, March is actually bringing you freedom. So while people are very interested in you and are trying to kind of tie you down, if you will, or get you to commit, to settle for something, the horse shows me that you're not doing that. You're not falling for it. You're not going to allow anyone to pressure you into settling. The swan is a sign that you are a little unreachable for a lot of people, and it's probably good that way, my gorgeous Scorpios. A lot of people wish they could get close to you, but you're keeping this cordial little distance between you and them. You're keeping things professional, and your life is just drama free thanks to that. You've got options, romantically speaking, whether you are in a relationship or you're single. It's nice to know you've still got it, right? And the Knight of Wands and the Knight of Coins, who are young, pretty fit, and attractive, are into you. We've got here within the Lovers these opportunities, romantically speaking, and big positive changes that are coming towards you. So don't waste your time on anything that isn't in alignment with your goals and the things that you desire. Now, my beautiful Scorpio babies, this is a reading that I received for you, and I really hope you enjoyed it and that you found it insightful. Make sure that you leave a little house emoji below in the comment section to let me and others know that you were here, that you received your reading, and that you found it insightful. I would like to thank you for spending this divine time and space with me, and I can't wait to connect with you during one of my upcoming readings. Hello all my beautiful Sagittarius babies, and welcome to the second, even more personalized part of your March 2023 prediction. So let's get straight into it so we can figure out what's coming towards you. I hope that you were able to successfully select part 1 of your reading, as this is a 2-part horoscope, okay? So during the intro, you pick the first part of your prediction, then you add on your zodiac details for a highly personalized experience. First up, we've got the 4 of coins as well as the Knave of Swords. Now in the 4 of coins, I want you to know that March is going to be a month of saving, and the Knave of Swords shows me that you have learned from some past mistakes that you may have made, financially speaking, and you're not repeating those. The 4 of coins shows me that nobody can talk you into spending your hard-earned coin unless you really want to, but it's also important for you to remind yourself, my gorgeous Sagittarius babies, to spoil yourself sometimes. It is okay for you to do a little something for yourself, so don't be too uptight about your finances. Remind yourself here within the King of Wands that you've got this, okay? You've got this whole adulting thing going for you. You are mature. You are someone who is creative and charismatic and inspiring, and it's also fine for you to sometimes give yourself a little something, okay? A little gift to make yourself happy. Now, that doesn't mean that you're using material items to purchase happiness. Of course, that is not possible, especially in the long term, but every now and then giving yourself a little trinket, a little surprise can feel very nice and uplifting. Next up, we've got the Knave of Wands. Now, the Knave of Wands shows me that we've got a lot of people coming towards you with strong masculine energy, because once again, we have a phallic person. Phallic means masculine. We have the Knave of Wands. As you can see, the Suit of Wands is a masculine suit. We've got the King of Wands, another masculine figure, and the Knave of Swords, again, a phallic symbol. So there's a lot of masculine energy surrounding you during the month of March. It could be that there are a lot of people who identify as male who are interested in you, who would like to have a little piece of you, a little bit of your time. And the 4 of coins shows me that your resources are limited, so you have to choose wisely. For one, in the Knave of Wands, we have someone who is bold and charming and very adventurous. They have strong fire sign energy, so think Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius energy. Then, oh, okay, we've got Temperance reversed as well. Then we've got the Knave of Swords, which is an air sign. Think Gemini, Aquarius, and Libra. And the King of Wands is again a fire sign who's older, who's very mature, and maybe has quite a few years on you, but they're very interested in being with you. The Temperance card reverse shows me that all bets are off, especially if you're single. Just have the best time. Don't feel like you have to settle down with any of these options. Don't feel during the month of March like someone should be trapping you. We've now got the Knight of Pentacles. I mean, the admirers, the secret admirers, the people crushing on you, the list is truly endless. I mean, the fact that you're receiving so many masculine individuals here within your reading just shows that your popularity in the world of the masculine is pretty strong during the month of March. And the Sun shows me that this will be the best time ever, because honestly, they are willing to do anything for you. They worship the ground you walk on, my beautiful Sagittarius babies, and you are well taken care of. Any wish that you have, these people, these guys are going to want to grant you. Anything that you might need help with, know here that your little roster of options and opportunities is going to serve you in the best possible way. So the Sun is one of the most favorable cards of the tarot. It shows joy, it shows fun, it shows you just having a good time and feeling assured, feeling like you've got this and you don't have to settle at all. Now, disconnect shows me that this is like your own reality. This is like a utopia, if you will. Because you've got so much going on, I see that disconnect might also be representative of you just putting your phone away, taking some steps away from social media and just being connected in general. And of course, if you're doing a lot of dating and going out with a lot of different people who have very masculine, dominant type of energy, know here within disconnect that you won't be able to be on your phone all the time or even check your phone, because obviously you don't want them to know of one another. I see here that my beautiful Sagittarius babies and 0Fs given, you are a pure savage during the month of March. There's no other way to put it. You do not care if someone is trying to kind of force you into committing and is saying, well, I'm not dating anyone else, I only want to see you. You are not going to give that same energy back unless you truly feel it. Like, you are not going to be coerced into committing or saying something that you don't 100% mean. And I'm just loving this vibe for you. I'm loving the fact that you are living it up. You are living your best life. Even if you are in a committed relationship, you've still got it. You've still got all these people just drooling after you. And the Six of Crystals shows me that anything you touch during the month of March turns to gold. Everything is triumphant. It's successful. This is a victorious month for you. And you just not giving an F and not putting a thought into whether other people like it or not, that just gives you even more of this savage boss energy that allows you to thrive and allows you to really kind of show others what you're made of. The Two of Diamonds is representative of different options that you have. The Two of Diamonds shows us that during the month of March, you will be figuring out how you can find balance between your personal life and your love life, between leading a healthy lifestyle but also having fun. And the Hierophant shows me that you will find a very spiritual approach to this. The Hierophant is representative of the fact that the month of March brings you connections to spirit, to your angels and guides, maybe even to God or something religious if that's what you believe in. But my channel is open for everyone. As you know, this is not a channel that believes in one or the other. Everyone is welcome. Every belief system is supported here. And I definitely see that the month of March will bring you closer to an unseen, potentially higher power that you feel connected towards. Now, the Lover's reverse shows me that, as we already mentioned, you're not settling, you're not making any big decisions in March. You know that you are the prize. You are living it up like you are the prize. And unless you meet someone very special and someone truly mesmerizing, and you're going to give it time because you don't want to think that someone is amazing and then find out 3 months down the line that now you kind of killed off your roster or your other options for this person who is now turning out to be a narcissist or turning out to be a cheater, a liar. I mean, you need to take your time to make a big decision, such as who you want to settle with, and you're taking your sweet time, my beautiful Sagittarius babies. The month of March is about fun, living it up, living your best life without any type of regrets. So my beautiful Sagittarius babies, thank you for being here, for spending this divine time and space with me. I hope that you enjoyed your reading and that you found it insightful. Make sure that you leave a little champagne bottle emoji below in the comment section to let me and others know that you were here and that you received your March prediction. Thank you so much for spending this divine time and space with me, and I can't wait to connect with you during one of my upcoming readings. Hello, my beautiful Capricorn babies, and welcome to your March 2023 predictions and horoscopes. Let's get straight into your reading. I hope that you enjoyed the first part of this prediction, as this is in fact a two-part reading, so make sure that you pick part one during the intro of this video before you head on over to speak all things Capricorn together. So first up, we've got the hummingbird as well as the lion. So I see that during the month of March you are making waves. A lot of people are noticing you and they feel as though you've really glowed up. So if you bump into someone whom you went to school with, or someone that you used to be in a relationship with or romantically interested, maybe even someone who used to bully you or hate on you, I want you to know that they will be so shocked and surprised by how far you've come in life, how much you've glowed up, and it's gonna be like this vibe where it's clear that you are winning. Not to sound horrible, my beautiful Capricorns, but it's gonna be really evident that obviously their ways of being jealous or being bullies did not get them very far in life, and you are kind of winning compared to them, just to be completely frank, blunt, and honest here. Next up, within the crocodile, I can see that you're not going to show any emotion, though. You're not going to make them feel bad, because you are not going to put yourself on the same level. You're not going to go low just because they went low with you at one point. The lion shows me that you're someone who has strong integrity, someone who is not going to stoop to another person's level just because they could, as the camel also represents that you've got a lot of endurance. So some people may think that they're doing something to you that you can't come back from, that you won't be able to recover. They think they're really doing a number on you, but boy, oh boy, do they not know what you're made of, my gorgeous Capricorns. You are more determined, strong, and filled with endurance than most. You have been through a lot in your life, so certain situations are just like a breeze to you at this point, because you've already experienced so much adversity and kind of been able to overcome it, to survive it, to live through it. Whenever someone thinks that they can throw little jabs at you or something like that, they really don't even know what you're made of. I see within Becoming Nobody that the month of March will allow you to rewrite your story in a way that suits you. So if you haven't been happy with where you're going in life, or you think to yourself, if I just continue like this, I'm probably not going to make it to my goals anytime soon. I need to speed things up. I need to do things differently. I need to live more healthily, focus on myself. This is a month of planning and disconnecting with anything that distracts you. So disconnecting from social media, maybe quite literally deleting some apps or putting them on freeze, so to say, logging out and taking some moments, maybe weeks, to just be with yourself by yourself and not constantly feel inclined to see what everyone else is doing. Next, we have a card that popped right out of the pile. You're making sacrifices, or at least it seems like these are sacrifices, my gorgeous Capricorns, but they are not actually sacrifices, because a sacrifice would mean that you are, in a sense, losing something or saying no to something, but that's not the case here when it comes to the month of March for you. Actually saying no to social media, things that don't make you feel great, is going to serve you so much in the long run. Saying no to stooping to someone's level is definitely not a sacrifice. You will feel so proud of yourself when you think back at how you handled these situations. Manifesting magic makes it very evident that during the month of March, you're manifesting some great things. You're manifesting some changes that you have been desiring to bring into your life for a long time. And this is a month of creation for you. This is a month of tapping into your superpowers and of figuring out how you can get to where you want to go more quickly, more precisely, and with less hard work. As the Ten of Wands shows me that you have endured some back-breaking situations. You have worked hard your whole life up until this point. You still do, but it's also time to kind of make a plan on how you can work smart and not just hard, because constantly working hard may lead you to feel burnt out and tired and overcome by fatigue, and these are things that we just don't want for you. The Tower shows me that you're having a little moment of a crisis with yourself internally, of knowing that you've got to do something. You can't constantly give the world and everyone else the best of you, and you only have what's left of you. That's unacceptable, my Capricorn babies. I hope that you like the fact that I'm like a big sister, very direct and blunt and honest, and we can't continue on like this. We need to make sure that we are protecting you, that we're keeping you safe spiritually and emotionally, and that's where I see in the Six of Pentacles that that March is calling you to invest in yourself. Invest in, for example, an app where you can do daily meditations. Invest by putting time into yourself, reading, learning, educating yourself. Put those types of investments forward during the month of March, whether it's time, money, whether it's any other resource you're putting towards yourself. That is one place that you will not regret having invested any type of additional energy into. Self-development is important. The Princess of Pentacles shows me that you are still early on in your journey. You have so far to go when it comes to self-development and growing as an individual, as a human being. So know that this is just the start, and the more you disconnect from social media and all of these things that aren't really real, and I know it may seem weird for me to say that, someone who works with social media, but the less you become addicted to this rush of chemicals whenever you are on social media, the stronger and more resilient you will get. And the Seven of Wands shows me that because you've got this relentless approach to going towards your goals, to creating, there are a lot of people who will back off from trying to get in your way, from trying to tell you what to do or how to live your life because they're too worried. Ooh, okay, we've got the Death card that, as you saw, it popped right out of the pile. This card wants to speak before we're done with your March prediction. This is an important message for you to receive in regards to this month of the year. The Death card does not actually equate to literal death, so don't even think about that. Don't even worry about that. We were just speaking of people being too afraid to get in your way. They are worried that you will end them. They are worried that they will have to start from zero, because the Death card is a representation of an ending, and it's usually actually a positive card, as it shows an ending of something that just wasn't meant to be. So definitely understand here that for the month of March, things will end that don't suit you, that aren't healthy for your life and your existence, and relationships will also come to a screeching halt where people want to kind of control you or have you within their life to benefit them, and it's not a mutual thing, and that's something that we're just getting rid of during the month of March. So my beautiful Capricorn babies, this is the reading that I received for you. I hope that you enjoyed it and that you found it insightful. Let me know below in the comment section by leaving a little crocodile emoji down below, because if you know, you know. I'd like to thank you for spending this divine time and space with me, and I can't wait to connect with you during one of my upcoming readings. Hello, my beautiful Aquarius babies, and welcome to the second, even more personalized part of your March 2023 predictions. I hope that you enjoyed the first part of your reading, which you got to pick during the intro of this video. But now, let's talk all things Aquarius for the month of March, shall we? So we've got the Three of Cups as well as the Knave of Swords to start off with. The Three of Cups shows me that you're going to go to a lot of events and parties, maybe even something like a wedding, a vow renewal, as well as a birthday. The Knave of Swords shows me that you will be the center of attention in many different settings because you'll just be the most interesting and fun person there, honestly. You are everyone's favorite party guest during the month of March, and the Knave of Swords also shows me that you've got a lot of phallic energy going on for you, and phallic energy means masculine energy. The Suit of Swords corresponds to the element of air. As an Aquarius, you are an air sign. I know a lot of people think Aquarius is connected to water, but it's actually an air sign, and I want you to know here in the Knave of Coins that this month is bringing out youthful, fun, quick, witty, intelligent energy out of you. The Queen of Swords is another representation of a side of you that is nurturing yet still direct. If friends or family come to you for advice, you're going to be very honest with them. You're not going to sugarcoat anything, and this is a very Aquarius way of dealing with people anyways, so it seems like the month of March is just allowing you to be very authentic. You're great with people, you're charismatic, and And furthermore, you thrive in situations where socially you can have small talk, you can have deep conversations, you can do it all. Now, the Knight of Cups here shows me that your emotional world is going to be very affected by the people who you're meeting and the events that you're going to during the month of March. You may even fall in love during this month. This is a month of connecting with your inner world in a way that you haven't done in a very long time, and also putting yourself first in many ways, which is again something that you may not be used to. Let's move further into your reading. We've got connect with nature. Putting yourself first comes more easily when you spend time in nature, when you spend time outside, and you feel as though you can really connect with the earth. And connect with nature shows me here that for the month of March, you will be spending more time outside than you have in a very, very long time, which will create some healthy boundaries between you and situations that maybe stress you out or make you feel uneasy. Because creating healthy boundaries is something that you must do in order to preserve your health mentally and physically. If you feel like you are working with people who constantly put more tasks on your plate than you're really able to deal with or stem, it is important that you distance yourself from some of these individuals, or at least that you take time away to see things from a healthy distance and view the fact that there are some people who never know that they're putting way too much on others, and you have to create boundaries with those individuals, or they might break you, my beautiful Aquarius babies. Be open to receiving from those who care about you and those who will not push you past your boundaries and past your breaking point. Those are the individuals who are going to give you a time, they're going to give you love and care, and that's where it's really at during the month of March for you. Hope is on the horizon, so things that have been difficult or challenging for you to deal with are going to slowly be lifted and be dealt with more ease from your side. You will find here that it's far more simple for you to see the light at the end of the tunnel during the month of March, as all of a sudden things are less heavy, things are less intense, less intimidating, and you just feel like you are in a spot where you can finally take a deep breath and kind of see a challenging situation coming to an end sooner rather than later. Next up, we've got the Ambon Damselfish. So this is a card that's representative of your opinion and the fact that your opinion matters. Don't be afraid to use your voice. Let it echo in the room. Be loud, proud, and outspoken about your emotions and what you're going through. I also want my beautiful Aquarius babies to know that being outspoken is actually one of your superpowers. People really love to hear your emotions. People really love when you tell them what you're going through and how you really feel. And in the Candy Baslet, knowing your worth does reflect in you not being afraid to use your voice, because the more you're unafraid to say how you feel, the more you're unafraid to express your opinion, it shows that you're keeping your standards high because you're not afraid to disappoint other people by having an opinion. You're not afraid to upset others by just being yourself, and you are not going to pretend that you like something or that you're okay with something just to not ruffle feathers. That's something that you're steering clear of during the month of March. You know your worth, you're keeping your standards high, and you're not afraid to walk away from something that doesn't suit you or serve you or honor you. Next up, we've got the black tip reef shark, which is all about staying in shallow waters. Sometimes superficial is enough, my beautiful Aquarius babies, especially with people who are just not emotionally mature enough to have a deep conversation, to be able to truly go to places that are far beyond small talk. And that's where it's not even worth you wasting your time and energy trying to have discussions with someone who only knows shallow waters. Protect your assets during the month of March. Don't be careless with what you've worked hard for. The month of March will come with some people who are trying to get into your little bubble or trying to have a little piece of the cake that you baked and where you collected the ingredients and you put the time and energy into creating this life or these assets that you are now able to enjoy. Protect them at all costs. If you give someone an opportunity to mess with you or mess with your finances, you will regret this. I just want to be very direct, blunt, and honest with you. So don't sign the dotted line during the month of March. Don't make any big decisions financially. This is definitely a month of creating boundaries and some distance between certain individuals, and also enjoying the fact that you are super connected to all of the traits that make you an Aquarius and that make you this fun, independent, in a way very rebellious and original sign of the zodiac. So my beautiful Aquarius babies, this is the reading that I received for you, and I hope that you enjoyed it and that you found it insightful. Make sure that you leave a little fish emoji below in the comment section to let me and others know that you were here, that you received your reading, and that you enjoyed it. I'd like to thank you for spending this divine time and space with me, and I can't wait to connect with you during one of my upcoming predictions. Hello all my beautiful Pisces babies, and welcome to the second, even more intricate part of your March 2023 predictions and horoscopes. I hope that you enjoyed picking the first part of your reading during the intro of this video, and now we're going to add on all things Pisces for the month of March. So let's get into this highly personalized horoscope tarot reading. First up, we've got the High Priestess. You are in control during the month of March, my beautiful Pisces. You are in a space where you're comfortable, you know precisely what you want out of life, and you are in a space of just emotionally being very stable. The High Priestess shows me that you are able to weigh the benefits, the pros and cons of situations without putting yourself in jeopardy or putting too much pressure on your accomplishments and on your work. The Seven of Wands reverse shows me that this is something that you have finally learned to not pressure yourself to please others, to not put so much weight on your shoulders just to try to do it all, but instead focus on doing what makes you happy and what serves you and of course others, but most importantly taking care of yourself. Now the Hierophant shows me here that you are going to feel very spiritually connected during the month of March, and this also potentially being a time where you're celebrating your birthday and you're just in a good headspace shows me that it's evident as to why you might be so connected spiritually speaking, because you're in a place of just feeling like you know yourself and you have this deep need to move forward very quickly to accomplish some great things. The Eight of Wands shows a lot of quick forward movement. It is a positive sign for the month of March. It shows that progress is going to be made and you are going to intuitively know what steps to take next. The month of March is not a month of asking questions. It's a month of intuitively knowing and building, intuitively knowing and making those decisions that need to be made. The Three of Wands, as you can see, shows this progress. It's also representative of collaborating with other people in a very fearless way of exploring how you can make life better, how you can be better in general, and of planning as well. The Three of Wands shows foresight. It shows being on this pillar maybe, but already seeing the next steps and seeing where you want to go in order to be as successful as you've always dreamt of being. Let's move further into your reading, my beautiful Pisces babies. And next up, we've got the Bat. Now, the Bat shows me that during the full moon, you will have this extreme psychic high. So look out for this time during the month of March. If you're looking to do a full moon ritual, this is the month for you to do it, for you to write down your manifestations and then watch them slowly but surely become a reality. Whereas in the Raccoon, I can see that you're also in a space of thriving and not just surviving. So people may throw you to the wolves, but you'll come out leading the pack shortly thereafter. Regardless of what comes towards you, you are able to prevail, you're able to succeed, you are able to turn things to your advantage during the month of March. The horse shows me that you're loving your freedom, and the beaver is representative of you building on that freedom. So not feeling like you are too attached or being controlled by anything. You make your own decisions. You know what you want out of life, and that's what you're going to go for. No excuses. No one's going to tell you what to do or how to live your life. And the month of March definitely also shows us that you know what type of life that you want, and you won't take advice from someone whose path that you don't envy or whose path that you don't find amazing, right? If someone has created a life for themselves that you don't really want, you're not going to take their advice seriously. I see here with the great hammerhead, which is connected to the master number 11, you're getting ready to win. March is like the runner-up month to a month of winning. So probably April is going to be the most favorable month of the year for you, whereas March is just allowing you to exponentially get closer and closer to that explosion of winning, of understanding that you have made it to this next level, and of just celebrating your accomplishments. In the Great Hammerhead, know that you are stronger than you've given yourself credit for. This is a card that represents not only inner strength, but also this external strength, so your body being more resilient than you've given it credit for. If you're going through some sort of cold or a challenging time physically with your health, the month of March will show you that resilience is something you've underestimated in yourself. The dugong shows us that you are healing some trauma during the month of March. You're dissolving the chains of age-old pain. If your ancestors, your parents, your grandparents had to go through a lot of challenging times, a lot of oppression to get to where they are, for you to be able to lead the type of life that you're leading today, my beautiful Pisces, honor that and know that any unhealthy patterns, they end with you. You don't have to allow those to continue to prevail. You don't have to allow those to be passed down to future generations. And in healing trauma, I can see that you understand you're worthy, but you also want to honor your lineage. You also want to make your ancestors proud and show them that you value how much that they gave, how much risks that were involved in order for you to now live such a progressive, fortunate life compared to how they were living. In the day you plant the seed, it's clear that the month of March is a month where you are starting off different projects that will bring delayed gratification. You're planting seeds, which is very representative of where you're at mentally. You're not in a needy place, not in a place of desperation. You are planting a lot of seeds for the future because you understand that the day you plant the seed is not the day that you harvest the fruit. So starting different projects that can exponentially grow and create more peace, more financial stability, more harmony in your life further down the line. Now, in the 10-90 ratio, I see that for you, my beautiful Pisces, life is really 90% of how you react to it and just 10% of what actually transpires for you. Bear that in mind. A lot of situations can be controlled and can be gotten over just by reacting in an appropriate manner, just by making sure that you're not allowing for emotions to take over negatively. So understand here within the day you plant the seed, as well as the 10-90 ratio, that you are growing in maturity. Emotionally speaking, you're not allowing things to trigger you so easily, and you're understanding that you've got so much more control over everything if you choose to react with grace and with calm energy, reminding yourself to be gentle with who you are and that you've only got one life to live. There's no point in being stressed out throughout this entire experience. So my beautiful Pisces babies, this is the reading that I received for you, and I hope that you found it insightful and fun. Let me know below in the comment section by leaving a little bat emoji down there. That way you can let me and others know that you are a Pisces and that you made it to the end of your reading. I'd like to thank you so much for spending this divine time and space with me. I'm sending you so much love, so many hugs all the way from Switzerland, and I can't wait to connect with you during one of my upcoming predictions.